Hello, welcome to another video. So today I will be talking about perfumes from the 90s or old school perfumes. It's not necessarily like released or created on the 90s. Some of these are created before that or earlier than that, but it's just that they associated with the 90s, or it reminds me of the 90s days. So first, here is a very familiar scent, and this is CK1. This was released or launched on 1994. This has a warm citrusy scent. It reminds me of summer as well during my childhood days. So I don't have this perfume during that time, but I often smell this one on other people, especially young boys, young men. Though this is a unisex perfume, but I could smell this more on men than women during that time. Next is IsseyMiyaki's L'Odyssée. So this came out early 90s, 1992 to be exact. This one has a clean floral scent. I could get more of the lotus in here and other floral scent, but at the same time it's really clean. I always smell this one on women, mostly younger women. It's fresh, it's really refreshing. I could get a cooling vibe in here as well. I could say it's good for everyday, good for summer seasons as well. Most of the familiar scent that I could get during that time are this floral, fresh summer scent. Since that time I was growing up, my childhood days, 90s, I was in the Philippines. It's a tropical country. Most people there use those kinds of scent, more fresh, clean scent. So these types of scent, IsseyMiyaki ones, like this, are the ones that I always get that are more familiar to me on that time. So next is another very familiar scent, quite nostalgic to me, and this is White Mask from the Body Shop. So this is launched earlier than 90s, actually earlier 80s, but this one would brings me back on my childhood on the 90s. I always got this scent on women around me, usually more of mature women, that time. When I say mature, maybe around 30s, 40s, since that time I was a child. I always got this scent, and I didn't even know that was a perfume. I thought they put some kind of a scented alcohol, scented sanitizer, if that even exists. That's how I describe this perfume. It's really, really clean. That time when I go on offices, formal places, something like that, I always, whenever I cross paths with these women working in there, I will say office women, I could always smell this one. So I would say this is also very safe to use everyday or office scent. It's very inoffensive, very clean, musky scent. Next is Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport Woman. So this one was released on 1997. This one is a very tropical scent. I could get a pineapple scent, guava scent. There's no guava in the note, but that would remind me of it. It has that warm summer scent. It's a fruity, but it isn't the same kind of fruity scent that women's perfume has nowadays. It's more of a lemon, citrusy, tropical fruit kind of scent. It isn't too girly. I would say this could be a unisex perfume as well. Next is a men's cologne, and this one is Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani. This one is, I feel like almost most men already had this perfume. This is quite of an old school common scent, but I won't get tired of smelling this one. This is so clean, fresh. I like men's cologne. I like the scent. The scent is so clean and refreshing. It would remind me of an island, blue clear water, white sand, sea breeze, bright sunny day. It's a very summery, fresh scent. Next is one of my favorite until now, not just on the 90s, and this is Cool Water Woman by Davidoff. This came out 1996, but until now, I still adore the scent. I just really love it. I haven't smelled like this in other perfume. It's aquatic, reminds me of the ocean. It's sweet. I could get the pineapple scent in here. It gives me the same vibe as the Acqua di Gio. Though they don't have the same scent. This is more sweeter. This is a woman's perfume, but I would say it could be unisex as well. So next is Drakkar Noir by Laroche. So this one is not released on 90s. Actually, this one was earlier as well, early 80s. And this one is different as well as the other fragrances that I've shown you. This does not lean on the summery, fresh scent vibe. This one leans more on a strong, mature, masculine type of scent. I really love it. I feel like any man should own this perfume. This is really sexy. This is mature, but not mature in an old way. I mean more of like a manly perfume. This is spicy, quite woody, a little bit of smoky scent, I would say, and it's quite familiar. A little bit nostalgic as well. When I spray this one now, it also brings me back on the 90s when I was a child. That time men, a little bit mature men, I would always smell this one as well. Quite familiar. When we go to parties, I could smell this one as well. I feel like my dad has this. No, he does not have this perfume, but I feel like I've smelled this on him as well before. He has a perfume that almost has the same scent on this. But I do smell this perfume not on a daily basis, not on a daytime, but mostly when we go to nighttime events, go to like more of a formal gathering, I would get this scent. So I include this on the 90s old school perfume since this would associate me during that time. Next is Calvin Klein's Eternity. So this one was released late 80s, but I think this was as well very common during the 90s. I could also smell this one in a lot of women. This has a very strong floral scent. It has that floral scent that I could get that I did not get another floral scent perfume. It would remind me of red flowers, bright red flowers or dark pink flowers, something like that, but it isn't rose. I don't get a rosy scent. For some reason, I could get a nail polish scent, though I like the scent of nail polish. Also reminds me of those perfumes when I was a child. My mom was like selling some perfumes, and most of them are like dupes or like cheaper version of this designer ones, and I always get this scent. So that's why it would bring me back to my childhood again during the 90s. I could smell this on a lot of women on that time as well, though I'm not sure if they are wearing the same exact Eternity perfume, but it's the same scent. And the last one is Paul Gaultier's Classique. So I have a mini bottle in here, very cute. So this one was released in 1993. So this is really a 90s perfume. But until now, a lot of women are still loving this perfume. I know why. It's really gorgeous. I really love the scent. The opening is giving me the classic vibe. It's where I got the 90s, bringing me back of those days. But the dry down of this one is what I adore. I just love the vanilla scent in here. It's very sweet, classy, feminine scent. So that was my old school 90s vibe perfume. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching.